Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where I just off camera chose Breakthrough for no particular reason for his preferred tactic. I don't actually know what the best choice there would be, but I chose Breakthrough here, and I guess that's gonna be what we're gonna go with. So that's fine. This is our current plan. Now, note how much we have taken. It's a lot. I want to check in on our supply situation at the front here. It's actually not too bad. Cool. So we're going to try to push up a little bit here. And, did we... Okay, yeah, we decided not to have these here. That's right, because we were, at this point, making like 1.56k per month. So it's a reasonable amount. Sounds good. We do have free military factories, and I want to revisit some of our constructions that we're doing over here. Honestly, if we haven't already started building the land forts, there's no point in doing it. So, we're just going to cancel these. Similarly, if we haven't already started building the naval ports. Okay. These are fairly irrelevant, in all honesty. I'm going to get rid of them as well. I don't think it's particularly useful. We've not been threatened with invasion at all. So we're going to get rid of all of these. However, there are some constructions here that will be useful. So we'll get rid of all of these coastal forts that we queued up a really long time ago, but never actually thought we'd build. This was always probably what was going to happen. So we'll get rid of all of those, and then those are our repairs down here, so those are fine. We do have too many military factories right now. We absolutely don't need 52 military factories. So we can convert a bunch of these over. So let's see here. This will be... I want to place it at the beginning of the queue. So that'll be 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, and 41 is the number that we currently have used. So that's great. We're going to prioritize these based on current progress, like so. And we'll get that all done. Now, other things that we definitely want to eventually do out here is we want to get anti-air built. So we'll queue that up, but that is going to be a lower priority than getting our civilian factories built, because that will allow us to build these faster, right? So that'll be fine. We're also going to want infrastructure in locations that don't have it, like so. That'll be a higher priority than the anti-air, but a lower priority than the civilian factories. And then after that's done, we can start thinking about getting ourselves some... potentially supply upgrades over here, but honestly our supplies don't look too bad right now. I want to make sure that we are not aggressively attacking. Okay, we're on balanced attack right now. That seems reasonable. Cool. So we have a lot of our units still making their way up here. And we're not really going to try too hard to attack just yet on this front. I'm noticing this icon here. Is this like some sort of a slave army? In 1962? That would be insane. I don't know. That would be interesting to try to figure out. They're apparently German-Russian. Actually, it's probably not. It's probably prisoners, right, that have been recruited, is my guess. That's probably what's going on there. Well, it's mostly the Americans, I think, that are pushing forward right now. We're okay with that. We are seeing some gains in areas like this. That's an airbase there, so that's not bad. We don't mind taking that. Americans are making gains over here as well. They're still stalled out north of Tibet, but the subcontinent is currently crumbling, so we like that. Cool. Let's take a look at our logistics here and make sure that we're still doing well on everything here. We are. We're still doing absolutely fine on all of that. So no problem there. How much do we need for manpower for reinforcements right now? Quite a lot. Okay. We're doing fine for supplies. we're doing less fine for manpower. I'm going to make sure that you are on cautious. And I'm actually going to move you over to cautious as well. Let's take a look at what we've got here. Wow, look at those losses. I mean, we stack wiped a huge number of their armies down here, right? So that's not hugely shocking. But they've lost 500,000 men in this so far. They've lost double what we have. Granted, it's still easier at this ratio for them to replenish that than it is for us to replenish our losses. So, there's that. But our recruitable growth is going to be growing quite quickly as we get the compliance of these areas up. So that's going to be very good for us. I don't think building infrastructure affects that, does it? Increases supply power and speed and your raw resource extraction. Yeah, so it doesn't affect the recruitable population. Okay. So we're cautiously attacking on this front here. We do see that we're stronger than them now. So I'm going to bump us up to balanced attack. And I think the reason that we weren't before is because a lot of our troops were still in this area making their way northward after having taken the south of India. So that seems fine. We're to continue trying to push forward here. We'd love to take Bombay, but right now, are our supplies a concern? A little bit, but that's mostly because this railway needs to convert over. Okay. One more day there, and we should be okay at this front, I think. Okay, so that converted over. And supply flow should be better over here now. So we can see we're attacking over this way. I like it. We're actually losing that attack. I like that less. But it's okay. It's reasonably fine. Actually, we're winning the attack now. The Americans are, like, coming this direction, which I don't love. But we have a good amount of territory here that we've managed to claim. So that's very good. How are we doing on our factory conversions? Okay, those are progressing, but there's a ways left to go on that. Ultimately, we're also going to want to build radar out over here. But these are a quite low priority. Like, they're a lower priority than the anti-air guns. So we'll do something along the lines of this. We'll want to get this area built up a bit. But for the time being, this will do. We did manage to push them out here. We'd love to push them out of Bombay. We don't know how successful this American attack is here. Looks like not tremendously. Yeah, I think that's not tremendously successful. And we're definitely seeing a lot of German fleets over here that we're engaging. So we're okay with that too. Yeah, these are mostly destroyers. Should be reasonably fine. Cool. Well, let's keep our fleets nice and neglected. That is, of course, very important. We do need to extend our front lines here. Like so. Cool. So that should be fine. But for the time being, we're not necessarily too concerned about pushing out super fast. What I'm most concerned about right now is manpower. We want to conserve our manpower as much as we can. We are up to 1.59 per month now. That is good. And we're just checking in on our conversion speed here. It's going okay. No real problem there. So, what else do we want to potentially do here? This is going the wrong way. The Republican government of China has claimed Indochina. That's these guys. And they're claiming this area from the French. They're in the same faction. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see what ends up playing out with that one. Okay. What if we were to try to come in and attack here? I don't know how successful this would be. The answer is not very. Okay. We'll stop that. And we have this airbase right here. Here's the thing. I want to move one jet strategic fighter over here. That's going to cost 160 manpower. So we basically have to wait until a month tick to do this. Yeah. We're going to have to wait till the month tick, I think. And we're going to need air superiority in order to drop nukes as well. Okay. There's not a lot of capacity over here, for sure. But mostly this is the Americans attacking over here. That's great. We're very, very happy about that one. The Americans are doing our work for us. How are they doing on their manpower anyway? They're fine. They're absolutely fine. Compare that to the German Empire's manpower. Yeah. The German Empire is barely holding on with their manpower. And honestly, losing India will be a pretty big blow for them. Manpower-wise. I keep hoping that the Americans will start pushing up over this direction. They don't seem interested. But we're trying to get some hard-fought territory over here. They have backed off on their number of troops in Bombay, but it looks like they're sending more reinforcements in. Okay. This supply hub could definitely be brought up on its motorization level. As could this one. We could also try to upgrade some bottlenecks in these areas. Where did that, or what did that even do? Okay. Gotcha. We'll get to work on those as top priority, getting some of those bottlenecks cleaned up. We also may need to think about building a supply depot here, although Bombay would be a better place for it. And it already has one because it has this naval base, so that would be fine. But we can definitely work on getting these railway upgrades put in to alleviate some of these bottlenecks. Cool. So our offensive has stalled out a little bit. There's no doubt about that, but we had a huge amount of success here. Like, that was incredibly successful. The real question is, well, these guys are going to get pushed out of here for sure. Can we use this as an opportunity to attack Bombay, though? The answer is yes, we can. But I don't believe that we're going to succeed unless the US comes in here as well. Yeah, I think we need to stop this attack. I was hopeful, but it didn't end up happening. We are probably going to take this province, though. So that's reasonably okay. Now keep in mind, the Americans have no supplies here. They're going to get pushed out of there for sure. That's a very ambitious landing. However, if we had taken Bombay there, they wouldn't have gotten pushed out. So that's the thing. But we are using this opportunity to take some territory over here. It is now the month tick. So we're going to immediately put in a single strategic bomber here. There we go. I also want to put in some of our fighters. And we're going to put in 50 of those. These guys are going to look to grab air superiority in this region. And I don't know if we already have it. We'll see when they get there. Okay. So they've now arrived. That's our aircraft detection total. We're on air superiority. Okay, they're now actually here. I don't know if we have air superiority here. The tooltip isn't actually saying. Did they change the way this tooltip reads? Maybe. That's a possibility. But what we want to do now is kaboom. They added an auto zoom for that? I didn't do that. It auto zoomed and centered on Bombay. Okay. So we're launching an attack on Bombay following our nuke. Fantastic. I'm sure there will be no radiation problems for any of our soldiers here. I'm sure it'll be fine. Completely and totally. As I knock tea into my mouse. That's not a great thing. I'm going to pause the recording here. I will be right back. Let me clean that up. Okay, I am back. The tea has been cleaned up. The mouse appears to still be fully functional, so that is fantastic. And I have moved the tea to a less punchable position. Perfect. Okay, what? Wait, what? I'm very confused. I didn't notice this before the pause. Hang on, I'm gonna make a save here. It's the 10th of January, so this should have been a thing before the pause. I'm making a save here. I want to go back to the 1st of January really quick. What happened here? On the 1st of January, why do we have 133,000 manpower? And it said that we were gaining negative 35,000 per month. Okay, so here we have 1.62k. That's our normal gain amount. Let's run it forward from here. It's only 10 days. So, oh, I bet it was because we took over Bombay. You know what? That was probably it. Look at this population here. That must have been it. Okay, so what we did here was we put in a strategic bomber. I want to double check that and see if that's what happened. So we put in a strategic bomber here, and then we put in 50 carrier fighters. And the carrier fighters existed only to ensure air superiority, like that, which I think we already had. And then as soon as we are ready with a strategic bomber and air superiority in the region, then we dropped the nuclear bomb. And we're going to go back to the previous save. I just want to try to reproduce this. 34k now. Okay. There's definitely something happening here with our manpower. We must be, like, mobilizing some of these new areas. We drop the bomb. It auto-zooms. And we immediately launch an attack here. This time the US doesn't support us. Which is sad. We may have to drop a second bomb here this time. I'm going to revert back to the other save, to be clear. Okay, we're at 20k right now. I just want to double check to make sure that we can reproduce this. Yep, we take over Bombay, and we immediately gain all that manpower. Great. So that's what it was. We're going to revert back to the other save, because that's the authoritative one. I just wanted to make absolutely certain that there wasn't anything going catastrophically wrong here. I wasn't expecting to get that much manpower from taking over Bombay. Especially right after nuking them. Okay, so we got that loaded in, and we've distributed a bunch of our manpower, I believe. But that's fine. Oh yeah, it's immediately distributing out. That's good. We know that we need a lot of manpower, so this is fine. And once we take this, our supply in this region should get dramatically better as well. And it does. Our supply in this region is quite a lot better. We'll make sure that our motorization level is set to maximum for the time being. Not like we're short on trucks. So that's great. How much are we making per month right now? Okay, reloading it got rid of that negative 32,000. It's now 1.8k. That's more like it. We managed to push up over here, or rather America did. They retreated, but they got additional soldiers there in time to hold it. The Germans have broken our cipher, which will make things more difficult for us. But that's okay. $1.8. I like it. I wish we could get more non-core manpower over here, but we'll see how much non-core manpower we can actually get. Okay. So, total fit for service is 89%. So we're going to get around another half of what we're getting right now from recruitable population. So that'll be fine. We can see that they are already fully mobilized. These guys must not have been fully mobilized when we took them over. They're still not fully mobilized. Okay. Fascinating. Okay. Well, we're continuing to push back the Germans over here. Our offensive has started back up again now that we have manpower. That's not shocking. And we, of course, can threaten to bomb anywhere over here. I would love to move at this point out of this air zone and up into this air zone. Cool. So our air superiority here is not amazing. That's fine. But we're making more gains over here. And that's perfect. Our manpower is dwindling back down after that big windfall. That's to be expected. Like, this is being distributed out to our armies and navies, so that's fully expected. We've more than tripled our monthly growth, though. That's very important. Well, actually, from the beginning of the game, it's come up by like 18 times. So that's very good. This front is crumbling now that we have manpower here. It's amazing what having troops does. Germany's up to 640,000 losses from us in this war. Yeah. I'm assuming I'm reading that right. We've lost 326,000. Which is a lot, to be sure. But many of those losses have been replaced by taking over India. So that's great. We're going to have to think about a new offensive line here soon. Let's check in on our air superiority over here. We don't have much. We have 0 air superiority, in fact. So they have 600 fighters and a bunch of close air support. We should definitely bump up our number of fighters here. We're capped at 200 here, so we'll just do this for now. Oh wait, we can actually only hold 0 because of damage to this airbase. We should work on repairing this airbase. Yeah, this one here. Cool. So we'll get that underway. The airbase has been damaged, and so we currently can't run air sorties up into this region. So let's work on that. Shouldn't be too bad to get those repaired. Oh yeah, that's going to be done in just a couple of days here. We're still pushing forward. The Far Eastern Republic wants to move troops through our territory. We allow that. If they're going to come join us on this front line, we're okay with it. Cool. Looks like we're pushing them back out of here. That's great. So this area will wrap up. Eventually. There was a month tick. We're basically out of manpower now. But that's reasonably fine. Ooh, that was some good overruns there. Okay, so we need to extend our front line here. There we go. And extend our front line here as well. Next up, I'm going to delete these orders. I think... Actually, I'm going to wait on that. We're attacking heavily here right now. And we're still moving in, so we're not ready to start our next stage of the offensive and cross this river just yet. We could theoretically drop nukes over here, but we don't have the air superiority in that air region. What is this air region here? Yeah, this is all part of northern India. Okay. So we're trying to get some air superiority over there, or at least contest their air superiority. But for now, there's no nukes that are going to be an option over here. That's reasonably fine. We're still moving troops over. I'm not sure why these guys are back here. Ah, supply issues. Fair enough. There is quite a big supply issue up over here, but that's just because these railways have been recently captured, I think. That said, there's no depot up here, but it should be okay. Okay, this railway is now online. And yeah, our supplies suddenly got a whole lot better. They're not great, exactly, but they're better. Okay, we've taken this position. And we want to take this position as well. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Not yet, anyway. This attack might work. Not quite. They're holding out pretty fiercely here, but they're out of supplies. And they're going to start retreating pretty soon. They're moving in reinforcements, though. Okay. Cool. I do want to have this offensive done this episode. That would be ideal. They're attacking us here? That's pretty foolish. We're going to try to attack, but it doesn't work. They have basically no supplies here at all. Yet we can't push them back. That's not shocking necessarily. It'll just take a little bit of time, I think. And manpower, maybe. Manpower might help. I think for now, I'm going to go ahead and delete this attack order. And we're going to create a new offensive line. And the new offensive line is going to be this entire border. Can we definitely grab that area? Well, I guess not. But it'll be something along the lines of that. Oh, we can't actually attack Tibet. Right. So we'll launch something kind of like this. And it will want to attack down here first. So that'll be fine. We'll launch our next stage of the offensive, but it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will continue to push up through the rest of India. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, JJ Gamer, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, Jensgram, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.